Hello, 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 and welcome. I want to know, have you ever been taking your GLP-1 medication and things were going great? Everything seems like it was working out, just like you were told it would, or thought it would, or hoped it would. The food noise disappears, the scale is moving, you're losing weight. One day you wake up and you have food on your mind. You're going to the refrigerator, you're looking around, you're wondering what is going on, and you're probably thinking to yourself or have thought to yourself, if this has happened to you, did my medication stop working? If that has happened to you, I want you to take a deep breath and relax, because today we're going to talk about what has actually happened. So if you have been taking Mounjaro, Ozempic, Zepbound, or Wegovy, I'm going to explain to you why your food noise can come back when you're taking a GLP-1, and why in many cases it does not mean that your GLP-1 has stopped working. This surprised me too, so let's talk about it. Let's start this conversation with the biggest thing that I think people misunderstand. And research has shown that people misunderstand while taking this medication. I like to call it a treatment. And it is the fact that people think that they're never going to be hungry again because they're taking a GLP-1 med. So I am here to debunk that myth or misunderstanding for you. That is not true. For most people, let me say for most people, because I never like to talk about things in absolutes like it's everybody. But for most people, that I will say that is not true. Let's talk about what's happening. So GLP-1 medications mimic a natural hormone in your body called glucagon-like peptide 1. Have you heard about that? I love to talk about the peptides of it all. We know this hormone regulates your appetite, your blood sugar, and your feeling of fullness, but it doesn't eliminate hunger forever. And I think this is what people think it's supposed to do, and that's not necessarily true. But what it does do is it helps your body regulate hunger more normally, which is what I needed. Didn't you guys need that? So if food noise returns a little bit, that doesn't automatically mean that the medication has stopped working. Sometimes it means that your body is simply adjusting to the medication. I remember hearing people sharing that the food noise had disappeared. People were coming to my lives. We were sharing how it's just great not to think about food all the time. And then over time, people had started to say the food noise has returned. So I'm going to ask you guys, this is a little quiz for you. What do you think the first thing people do when that food noise comes back? Let's give you a few seconds. You're right. People want to titrate up. So should we be titrating up? Actually, that sounds like something that would be logical, but should we do that? So stick around. We're going to talk about it. For me, I remember when the food noise came back, I want to say I was on 5 milligrams when I just remember the food noise coming on a little bit strong. And I thought, I got to titrate up. And the reason why I wanted to titrate up is because of the food noise, but also my A1C wasn't regulated like my doctor and I wanted it to. So I went up to 7.5. And honestly, every time I've titrated up, it was led by my A1C. In addition to that, I did have the food noise. When you have that food noise, that's hard to tackle, because that's why many of us had a difficult time losing weight before the GLP-1. What I have learned from doing research and educating myself and talking to lots of people that are taking the GLP-1 medications is that most of the time your body is just simply adjusting and learning how to balance itself. I want you to remember that the goal of this medication is not zero hunger. The goal of this medication is control. And do you feel like you have more control over your eating since you've been on the GLP-1? I think that's a great question. I would love to know the answer to that. Another reason why the food noise may be coming back is because we said it earlier. You may not be at an optimal dose. I thought, okay, I need to go up in dose. That's what most people think. One of the biggest reasons food noise returns is because you're simply not at the dose that is appropriate for you at that time. You might not be at the full dose you need yet. And we have to think about the doses as therapeutic doses. Have you ever seen, and I have in my live streams especially, people who come in and say that they have lost 100 pounds on 5 milligrams. So don't you wonder, I wondered when I first started, why not me? Why am I up on 12.5 and I'm still trying to reach my goal? And for some people, I'm sure they're doing all the things. Let's just give them credit for that, because I'm sure they are. But I have also heard of people who say, I really didn't change a whole lot. I just ate less, ate the same things, didn't exercise, and I was 100 pounds down. I know some people who said that and they stayed on that 2.5. I used to hear about that so much when I first started my journey. All those things can happen, right? Remember, we said it's not an absolute that because it happens to me, it's not going to happen to you or vice versa. So there's that. People need to reach their therapeutic dose. And for someone like me who's been diagnosed as a type 2 diabetic, who just always had a struggle with food and all things related to food, these higher doses are much needed and actually much appreciated. So what should be happening is your doctor should be gradually increasing your dose over time so your body can adjust to the medication. Some people may need that faster acceleration, and others of us may need the slower acceleration. But whatever you need, you should be talking with a doctor or a healthcare professional. If your body needs a therapeutic dose, I'm going to tell you to embrace it, because ultimately you want to get to a place where your body is adjusting and everything is aligned with this GLP-1 medication that we're taking. This is actually a very common stage in your journey. So if you have food noise, don't panic. I would say don't titrate up right away. Talk to your doctor about it. See if there's anything you can tweak. And maybe it is the fact that you need to go up, and that's okay. I want you to really hold on to this and know that these GLP-1 medications are a journey medication. That just means that over time, your metabolism is adjusting, your body is adjusting to the meds. And sometimes, guess what? Your dose will need to adjust too. So simple as that. That's it. That's all. Another contributing factor to the food noise coming back could be the end of the week effect. Do you know what I mean by that? If you go back to my previous videos, I have lots of playlists to go check out and hear at the beginning of my journey to where I am now. I would talk about how, and I still feel this, the last, I would say 2 or 3 days before it's time for another injection, I could tell the medication was weaning down. Now they have apps. I use the app Pep. Shout out to Pep app. So if you want to try that app, the link is down in the description for you to try that app. But it tells you how much dose you have left for the week as you go on throughout your week. And I love that. I love seeing that. And it just confirmed what I already knew. I could tell the medication was weaning off. And so day 1 through 3 or 4 are the strongest. When I would get down to day 5, 6, and 7, I would be ready for a reset. And I could tell because the hunger would start to creep back in. That doesn't mean the medication is failing. That doesn't mean the medication stopped working. That just means that the medication that's left in your body is weaning down. And guess what? You're ready for the next dose. So don't worry. Don't panic. If you're a newbie out there, this is something normal that happens when you're taking a GLP-1 med. Another reason why your food noise may be coming back is your body is protecting itself. Now, I found this really interesting. The body is so smart, isn't it? Your body is designed to protect you from losing weight too quickly. When you lose weight, your body increases certain hunger signals. And we knew that, right? Ghrelin tells your brain, hey, we need more food. Hey, we need more food. I can just picture that happening. So even when you're taking GLP-1 medications, your body is still sending out those hunger signals. It's not sabotage. It's your biology. It's the biology of what happens in our bodies. So think about it this way. If humans didn't have our system, our ancestors would have never survived the scarcity of it all, right? So we have to learn that our body is out here fighting for us to hold on to that fat, thinking that we're going to be in starvation mode. And they don't want to let the fat go, but we're saying, let our fat cells go. But we're all saying, let the fat cells go. So we're working against the biology. So your body is just basically doing what it's designed to do. That's it. That's all. The great thing about the GLP-1 is that it was designed to help balance out those signals and the systems in your body. So we're grateful for that. Another reason your food noise could be coming back is not eating enough protein, not eating enough protein. So you guys might be thinking, what does that have to do with the food noise? Sometimes food noise returns because your body is actually under fueling. If you're not getting enough protein, nutrients, and calories, guess what? Your body is not going to operate the way it is designed to. Your brain may even increase those hunger symptoms. When you thought you were thinking about food just a little bit, it's going to crank up and you're going to start thinking about the food even more. And we know protein does a lot of great things for our body, our muscles. It helps with that slow digestion. It takes a little bit more effort to digest protein than any other macro. So that's going to really help with your digestion as well as with the muscles. Protein is going to help with your hair. We all know that, right? The hair of it all. Protein is going to help with that digestion. Protein is going to help you stay fuller longer. If you're staying fuller longer, guess what? You're going to quiet down that hunger hormone ghrelin, and you're also going to quiet down the food noise. This is why many doctors encourage GLP-1 users to focus on protein and getting those nutrients in with the nutrient-dense foods. Another reason that should be so obvious, but a lot of times it's just very underrated, the stress and sleep of it all. Food noise is strongly connected to the brain. If someone is experiencing poor sleep, emotional stress, and high cortisol, those are going to just ramp up those ghrelin hormones. It's just going to ramp up your hunger signals, and they're going to increase even if you're taking this medication. So you might be thinking this medication is just stop that. It is not. This is a tool. You also have to do your part. So get that sleep. The recommendation is 7 to 9 hours, 8 hours being that golden number in the middle. And so again, get your sleep. And let's just end with what we know is a huge part of what's going on with many of us women out there, and some men as well, but the hormones of it all. For many women, menopause or those hormone fluctuations, which I'm experiencing as we speak, can influence the appetite regulation and how you are thinking about food, how you are reacting to food, how your body responds to the food. So let's not discount the hormones of it all. I want you to go out and talk to your doctor or your healthcare professional if you're having perimenopause or menopause symptoms or concern with your hormones being out of balance. I want you to go and talk to them and find some support so that you can have a successful GLP-1 journey. Food noise returning means one of three things, and it can mean some other things, but these three things: your body is adjusting, your dose may need to be adjusted, or your lifestyle factors are influencing your appetite. So one of those three things are happening. We know the hormones of it all could also play a part in that. I just want you to focus on those things that we can control. I really think you should be talking to a doctor before you decide to titrate up. Talk to a doctor before you tweak anything in your healthcare plan. Talk to your doctor just to make sure that everything is great. I also want you to take some labs. Go get some labs done so you know exactly what's going on in your body. You don't have to guess what your tweaks and your adjustments need to be. So again, food noise doesn't mean that the medication stopped working. It just means that other things are going on. And once you pinpoint what those are, hopefully you're golden. You're good. Thank you for hanging out with me and staying to the end of this video. If you made it to the end of this video, I want you to leave a comment and let me know. Has your food noise ever returned, and what did you do about it? Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hype the video. Subscribe to my channel. If you're not subscribed, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I go live and upload a video. I want you to like and share this video with other GLP-1 users that you know, and hopefully it helps them in some way. I want you to come to my lives. I am live on Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Come and hang out with the Downsizing Diva family. We would love to have you. We learn and have fun. I love that. We do both. And if you want to share your journey or ask questions, have us to celebrate you, we would love to do that as well. So join me at 8:30 p.m. on Wednesdays Eastern Time. I want you to consider joining my inner circle. I have an inner circle private group. I'll put the link in the description. So click on the link and check it out. I have a stand store. My stand store has a lot of guides, tools, resources that can help you on your GLP-1 journey. So click on that as well. I'm going to put the link in the description of this video. And most importantly, I want you guys to take great care of yourself. And remember, slow and steady wins the race. Just don't quit.